Green flag out, away we go. Miguel did not go at all. He really got off the line. Not good. And he drops all the way down. Good start from Kyle Watt. He's clear up into the lead. Pierpaolo up to second. Kyle Rennie from fifth up to third place. David Goodrich slots into fourth off the front row of the grid. As they plunge down the hill through turn 3 and up into, or down into turn 4, I should say. Kyle Rennie got a bit loose right there and out a bit wide. Look at the bumps as they come through there and up through turn 4. So what can Pierpaolo do against Kyle Watt? Remember, these two got together last time. And it was coming up into turn 10 right here where they got together. So far, so good. David Goodrich throws it in there. Couldn't make anything happen. Kyle Rennie, nope, couldn't make it happen through there. He got real close, though, to the back of Pierpaolo. You can see the lights blinking now. And he may have cut the corner right there. I'm not too sure. He's looking to see if he can get up the inside. Couldn't quite do it there. Back down the front straightaway, Kyle Watt leads. Pierpaolo immediately on defense. As Kyle Rennie tries to go to the outside of him. Oh, what a cutback move from Kyle Rennie. That was textbook stuff. Great stuff from Kyle Rennie. Absolutely duped Pierpaolo right there. And here comes David Goodrich to the inside for third. Pierpaolo holding strong around the outside, though. Almost out wide. No, David Goodrich takes away third place. There's trouble behind. Around goes Craig through turn 3 and the entrance to turn 4. Whoa, David Goodrich is going to go around. Out of third place, he spins. Oh, my goodness. And that puts Pierpaolo right back up into third place. Up front, Kyle Rennie trying to see if he can make the move on Kyle Watt. It's the Kyle and Kyle show up front. Around turn 14. So back we head down the front straightaway now. Only just over 3 minutes have gone down as we complete lap number 2. Kyle Rennie sets the fastest lap of the race. I think Pierpaolo had to back it off there, that or he made a mistake, but I think he also cut the corner and he had to back it off big time. That lets Miguel close right back to the bumpers. John has also gotten past Craig after that spin. For the lead now, I don't think Kyle Rennie's close enough to go after Kyle Watt down into turn 3. Had a bit of a look. Different line. But he's a bit wider going through turn 4. Kyle Watt used every bit of the track right there that he could. Whoa, look out. This is getting dicey. Kyle Rennie tried to go to the inside through there. Couldn't make it happen. Oh, here we go again. Immediately Kyle Watt went straight to the defense right there as Kyle Rennie thought about going for it. You could see them both quickly switch lanes right there. And if you're Kyle Watt, you want to be careful right there. I'm not sure. That looked pretty close to almost cutting the corner. As we wrap turn 14 and back to the front straightaway we come. Kyle Rennie is right there, not giving him any leeway. Kyle Watt's going to leave the door open here. Kyle Rennie might go for it. Here he comes. Kyle Watt going to squeeze him. Oh, they touched right there. Kyle Watt really playing the defensive line. I don't know if that's going to be a very popular move. He came over on him as Kyle was there. And yes, there you go. Kyle Watt did cut the corner right there, and I believe he might just cost himself the lead. You saw him pedal the brake right there because he had to give up the time he gained. And Kyle Rennie takes back the lead. Kyle Watt immediately back on the charge, though, back up the inside. And takes back the lead. Great stuff. That was a textbook move back on Kyle Rennie right there. And this is bringing Pierpaolo back into this fray. So Kyle Rennie might have to regroup here and do it again, but I'm not sure how well that move's going to sit with him now. He's going for it. Nope, again, switches back to the outside. Going to try and maybe fake out Kyle Watt here. And for the lead, Kyle Rennie up. Now what's going to be the outside? I think Kyle Watt cut the corner again. Can Rennie get him cleared? No. Kyle Watt goes into turn one super hard right there. But again, I think he cut the corner. You can see him pedaling the brake to try and let off. And Pierpaolo's completely gotten back into the fray. Rennie to the inside. Oh, they've come together. That was close. It almost knocked them both off. And Kyle Watt had to go out wide. And another body slam. Pierpaolo gets through. Oh, that was so close to contact right there. I think Kyle Watt ended up cutting the corner right there again. I'm not sure. He was definitely below the curbs as Pierpaolo loses it. But he saves it. Great save, and here comes Miguel through on Kyle Watt. He gets past. Now can he go after Pierpaolo? So many things happening in the span of about 20 seconds. Kyle Watt's still right there on Miguel. He's going to make the outside line work through turn 12. Through turn 13, gets past him. Very nice move from Kyle Watt to get back into the podium. But this is all going on now behind Kyle Rennie. He's pretty far out there, and they may not get back to him as we've just passed the 8-minute mark. Wow, did Kyle Watt drive it into turn one or what? He really attacked it through there. No harm, no foul so far, as things have started to spread out a little bit more. David Goodridge rounds out the top five. He's a little bit further back from this group. Then comes John and Craig. In 6th and 7th, Craig has not been able to recover ever since that spin. There you saw John heading up towards turn number 8. fastest lap, give it to Pierpaolo. He really set the pace down. And Kyle Rennie's made a bit of a mistake right there. Or did he cut the corner? Because it looks like he had to back off for the lead now. Pierpaolo up beside him. He's been able to hold the outside before. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it here. Kyle Rennie tries to make him go out wide a little bit. Pierpaolo thunders around the outside, and they're still side by side. This is going to be close. And Pierpaolo, can he? No, he went offline right there. They almost come together, and he sort of cut the corner right there, but he had no choice. Because Kyle Rennie sort of forced him there. And now this has brought Kyle Watt and Miguel into the battle. Oh, look out. Kyle Watt into the rear fender of Pierpaolo. No harm, no foul, though. They keep it straight. David Goodrich not too far out of this group either, almost making it a five-way battle effectively for the lead. If they keep this up with just under 9 minutes to go. Back down the front straightaway we come. The top four just about within a second of each other. Oh, Pierpaolo completely missed turn one. Keeps second, but that's going to let Kyle Rennie get a bit more out there. That's not what he wanted, especially now with Kyle Watt breathing down his neck. They got loose big time right there, though. Kyle Watt almost lost it under braking through turn 3, now through turn 4. I think this is where Pierpaolo's been a little bit better than Kyle Rennie has. And they got to be careful to not cut any more corners, because it'll completely make them give up the time they lost. It's about a second and a half, I think, that they have to back off. Miguel's starting to lose touch with the top three now. He's got to stay there in case anything happens, so he can be in prime position to jump on it right there. As I think Kyle Rennie right there, he may have cut the corner because he had to slow it down big time, or he pinched off the corner. Pierpaolo's got a run on him right now. He's looking. He kind of pulled what Kyle did to him earlier. He's up the inside of him. He's around the outside. I don't think he's going to be able to hold it through there. Kyle Rennie gets up into it. Here comes Kyle Watt to the inside and gets through on both of them. Shades of Britain 2022 when Lewis Hamilton did that to Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz. Or Charles Leclerc, I should say. Oh, and the top two completely missed the corner at turn 3, and Pierpaolo goes back to the lead. They both completely blew it. Pierpaolo goes right back to the front. Kyle Rennie, I think he cut the corner somewhere, and he had to completely get out of it. And he had to get out of it again. If they're not careful, David Goodrich is going to swoop in and take all of the glory here. He is right back up into this now. 6 minutes left to go, and I think Kyle Rennie has to concede here because he cut one of the S's corners, and he lets Miguel go by. It's all falling apart for him, or is it? Up front, Kyle Watt trying to get back through on Pierpaolo. What were the two Kyles doing right there? They completely missed it through turn 3. This might be the race of the night. Don't quote it yet. Kyle Watt was trying to get the nose up the inside of Pierpaolo through turn 14. Back down the front straightaway we go. This is absolutely great stuff. Now what can Kyle Watt do? Can he get a better run out of there? Not quite. He and... Oh, David Goodrich made a bit of a mistake going through turn 1. Miguel and Kyle Rennie are just too far back now to make anything happen. Now barring them battling through here as they come now up to turn 4. Pierpaolo out a bit wider than what Kyle Watt is. That was close. Around the carousel. And Kyle Watt still no way around. 4.5 minutes to go in race number 2 for Group 2. And this has been a show and a half. I think Kyle Rennie may have cut the... Meanwhile, up front, here we go. Kyle Watt with a much better exit out of turn 10. He's up beside Pierpaolo. But I don't think that's going to lead anywhere. And Miguel's gone around out of 3rd place, and there goes his shot at a podium, I think. Oh my goodness, it came down to crunch time, and meanwhile, Pierpaolo goes way wide at turn 14. Oh my goodness, Miguel had it going so well, and then he just unfortunately let it slip away from him. It might just be between these two now as we've got less than 4 minutes to go, but this battling will slow them down to Kyle Rennie and David Goodbridge. Kyle Watt up to the bumper. Nope, couldn't get a better run right there. Or can he get a better run? No, could not get up beside him. It just looks like David Goodbridge struggles to get out of turn 1 and 2 as good as the top 3 do. Down the hill to turn 4. This time Pierpaolo negotiates it and slightly pulls away. This is where Kyle Watt's been better, though, than Pierpaolo is. The exit at turn 10, he's just been able to get through there a little bit better. As we roll through turn 12 and 13 now, and up to turn 14, I still think we're going to have 2 laps to go. So this one's still not done, and Kyle Watt is right there. David Goodbridge just lost a bit of time. Kyle Rennie still trying to hang in there. He's got to hope that these two battle it out. And for the lead, Kyle Watt pulls a fast one on Pierpaolo. They get together. And I think, again, Kyle Watt had to get out of it because he cut the corner there. Pierpaolo back to the inside out of turn 2. This is what Kyle Rennie wants to see. He wants to see them get side by side and battling with each other. Pierpaolo for the lead and gets it done at turn 3, but did he drive it in too hard? Kyle Watt back to the inside. Pierpaolo out wide. Watts takes back the lead. And then he had to get out of it. Oh, and Pierpaolo ran right into him. Here comes Kyle Rennie back into the fray. And the 2 leaders get together again, I think. Oh, they come together again, and Kyle Rennie goes through on the inside. Incredible stuff. I think Kyle Watt had to back out of it because he cut the corner, and Pierpaolo was not in any way prepared for it, and he ran right into the back of him. And then they came together through the carousel. Now Kyle Rennie takes the lead away. Incredible. His chances were looking slim to none. Now he might have this one sewn up. But we still have 1 lap to go, I think. I don't think this one's over. Oh, Pierpaolo got real loose right there. And he's loose again. Through the grass. He's loose for a 3rd time. He just can't keep it straight. White flag. 1 lap to go for Kyle Rennie. Can he hold on to this now? Can Kyle Watt somehow chase him back down? This one looks like it may be disappearing for Pierpaolo. These guys have got to be careful. They can't make any more mistakes. They can't cut the corner no longer. It's all down to crunch time. Can Kyle Watt somehow close down to Kyle Rennie? Down through turn 3. through 4. This is where the trouble spot's been, right through here, is the S's in the carousel. We've seen drivers cut the corner all day. Kyle Watt absolutely throws it in there. Oh my goodness me. He picked up a ton of time through there. No corner cutting at all. Or did he? I think I just saw him lift a little bit. Kyle Rennie defensive. I don't think he needed to do that. And he overslowed the corner. Kyle Watt is right there. Here he comes. Looking to the outside now. Nope, couldn't get him there. He's going to try and undercut him. Oh, he gets into the back of him. Oh, Kyle Watt's going to spin. Oh! And Kyle Rennie's drove it into the corner too hard. Here comes Pierpaolo. One last ditch effort. Can he get there? He drove it in. No, he can't. So close, yet so far away. Kyle Rennie sweeps tonight. Wins race number 2 for Group 2 in a remarkable last couple laps. Second goes to Pierpaolo, and look who finished third, David Goodrich. It did play into his hands.